you guys have won 3 games. What is the mindset right now? What's the mentality? What do you like
Keep
about how
it
you're
rolling.
playing?
Yeah, keep it rolling. It's you want to be playing your best basketball right now. It's the best time of the year. March Madness, conference tournament. It doesn't get better than this. So you kind of want to. It's here now. All the kind of trials and tribulations throughout the year, the ups and downs. It's all for kind of like this week, leading up into it. So kind of just playing our best basketball and going out there and competing.
What will you tell some of the newer guys about 2 years ago when you guys made that memorable run?
Yeah, they know of it. It's talked about obviously in the community and the program and things like that. It's at the end of the day, you just have to take one game at a time. You can't just be like, oh, we've done it before. It's easy. It's not. You just have to take it one game at a time and focus on the first game. The only way to win 4 is to win the first one.
Did you feel, Hunter, like you guys were playing your best basketball 2 years ago going to Brooklyn?
I did. And I feel like we knew what we were capable of. I feel like we were better than our record that we had that year, leading up into that tournament. I think we lost at Clemson right before, which was kind of a heartbreaker for us. But I felt like we knew, as the core of the team, what we were capable of doing. So going to that tournament, we knew if we just played kind of our basketball and stuck together, that the results were handled themselves.
You know, it's interesting. Oh, sorry, quick.
You got one last game against Florida State tomorrow. Given your history against these guys, so name how many points you're going to score, how many 3-pointers. What can we expect from your last hurrah against Florida State?
I'm just trying to win at this point. Obviously, what's happened in the past is in the past. It's a new game. It's a new season once you get into the postseason. So kind of just looking forward to go out there and playing basketball, whether I make 10 threes or 0 threes. As long as we win, I'll be excited.
I mean, do you lick your chops like, oh, Florida State? Okay, that's. I mean, why do you explain why this is? Your whole career, it's been quite a good matchup for you.
Yeah, it just sometimes you have a good matchup. You know, in teams, it happens that way. You match up well against some teams, and you don't match up well against other teams. So I guess it's just been good for me, and I guess our style of play against them. But there's no kind of trick or magic to it. It's just going out there and playing
I
basketball.
mean, they just leave a lot of space open for you, and you can. That's why you're so productive against them, I guess.
It's just our game plan. Our teammates making the right play, looking for the extra pass and things like that, and just being able to step up and hit shots.
You know, just before this 3-game winning streak, y'all would have been playing today. You can just talk about how big this 3-game winning streak is, and knowing that I know rather than winning 5 games, you got to only win 4.
Yeah, my body's excited about that. Get another extra day break, but it's huge. Anytime you can get a bye or a double bye to kind of give your body a break and not have to play that extra game. It's huge when it comes to these tournaments when you have to play in consecutive days. So for us to fight and kind of get to the single bye and be in this position that we are today, I think we're excited about this opportunity.
You know, Bill Parcells, he had a remark. He says, your record is what your record is. In the ACC, you're 510-10. When you look back at it, I'm sure you probably look at, there are some games we could have had, but then on the flip side, there's games we were lucky to win. If you could just look at it from a whole, just your ACC season, it seems like it's been kind of an up and downer.
Yeah, you could always play the coulda, woulda, shoulda type game. Whatever happened, happened. You could say if we were better in this stretch, we would have won this game. If we won these 2 games, we would have had a double bye, this and that. It's happened already. You kind of have to move on and kind of put your head down and get ready for the next one.
FSU, you lost to them in Tallahassee, but you won the rematch in Blacksburg. What do you want to what do you think you guys did pretty well in the rematch to get the W that you want to recapture tomorrow?
Yeah, I thought we just took care of the ball. I think down in Tallahassee there was a lot of 50-50 balls that we didn't get, and I think on the flip side in Blacksburg we won that battle. They're a rowdy team. They're gonna scrap. They're gonna claw. I think they lead the league in turnovers or pace of play. So things like that, just taking care of the ball, making the right play. And our coaches a couple weeks ago showed us like our percentages when we don't turn the ball over. We're top in the ACC in field goal percentage and 3-point percentage and stuff like that. So if we take care of the ball and we're able to get shots up, we'll be pretty good.
Why are they so good at getting steals? I mean, obviously this is not just you that they get them against.
Yeah, I think that's just their game plan. I think they're really in the passing lanes. They're really rowdy on the ball and try to make things uncomfortable and difficult and hard for you to get in rhythm of the offense. So I think they really that's just their style of play. They try to really get out, pressure the ball, and try to get steals.
And when they get in those passing lanes, if they don't get a steal, is that what frees you up?
And that's exactly what our kind of game plan is you know they're going to be in those passing lanes. And if you're able to kind of break through that and take care of the ball, there's going to be an open shot to have for somebody.
How big is it? I mean, obviously, this part of the area is Hokie country. A lot of Hokie fans who are probably going to be here. Just how big is it? Because it's probably almost going to feel like a home game for y'all.
Yeah, I've never been to D.C. This is my first time. I think I've driven through it, but this will be my first time kind of actually being here. And I've heard about the kind of Hokie support we have in this area, so it should be exciting. Finally, we're in a place where it's not just Carolina fans and NC State fans and Duke fans in the Greensboro Coliseum. So I'm excited for the show out and to kind of feel the support and love from them.
You may need that with a noon game tomorrow. I mean, probably won't be as much to the Tech fans, and you will have to kind of bring the energy in the building tomorrow.
Yeah, it's part of it. If you need to look for energy for a conference tournament game, then you need to look somewhere else.
You already mentioned sort of, the start of a new season with it being tournament playing out. What have you learned from the first season, if you will, the regular season as a group? What's the biggest thing you guys have learned that you think you're going to carry in?
Yeah, I think it's just been consistent through all 40 minutes. I think there's some times where we kind of would have one good half, but then the second half would be kind of a letdown. I think as long as we've shown that we can beat teams and we've shown that we have the talent to win games, as long as we're consistent in our game plan and kind of executing through the full 40 minutes, I think we'll be pretty tough to beat.
For you, is it emotional that this is, the last time
Yeah, it is. You just know this is kind of like my last one, and you want to go out on a high note and things like that, but you kind of have to put the emotions to the side and kind of keep the main thing, and just worry about the game.
First trip to D.C., are you looking forward to the White House?
I am. I'm excited. I've been telling everyone back home, friends and stuff, that I'm going there, and some people have already seen it, and they're like, it's not that big of a deal. So I'm excited to kind of go there and experience it. And anytime you can kind of see history and stuff like that, it's pretty cool.
Are you aware of the historical significance of where you're staying and what happened next door?
No idea.
What?
No idea.
Wow.
Sean, something, please?
The scandal? I was afraid of that.
You're afraid they didn't know?
In a tournament like this, you're going to have to play a lot of defense.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like where you guys are defensively right now?
Yeah, I think we're making good strides, and I think we're coming together not only individually on the defensive side, but kind of as a team, really locking in, knowing that we're going to have each other's back, and that's kind of what got us through that run in 2022. We really were locked in on the defensive side, not only just individually, but we knew if we got beat, someone was going to have our back in rotations and stuff like that. So I feel like we're in a good place right now with this team.
In the last 3 games, MJ's averaging 13, 4, and 4, and is shooting 50%. How good has he been, and how much of a lift is that for you guys?
Yeah, that's huge to get production out of him. We all knew he was capable of it. We've seen it. And so for him to go out there and do it during this time of the year, it's huge. Whenever you can get scoring from different areas on the team to kind of take some pressure off of me or Sean, it really helps out, because then it doesn't feel like now the teams can't really just press up on us. They got to worry about other people too. So I think just having scoring in different areas, whether it's inside the paint or outside on the arc, it really helps.
When you're an 8 seed as opposed to one of the top seeds, do you go into the tournament? Do you guys talk amongst yourselves? Hey, let's win this thing. We can do it. I mean, or do you just or is that like, well, let's not get carried away here? Do you guys, is that something, a goal that you actually talk about winning this tournament?
Yeah, I feel like whether you're a 1 seed or a 15 seed, if you're not looking to come to this tournament to win, then that's your own problem. I feel like this group coming in, we wanted to win an ACC championship even before the season started, and I feel like it hasn't wavered till now. So I think going in, you kind of have your seed and look at the challenge, and you just look forward to it.
You said that in 2022, you guys, the core, knew you were better than your record, and you knew you were capable of something like that run. What do you feel like this group is capable of?
Yeah, kind of the same thing. I feel like each year you can say, like, this team is good enough to make the tournament this year, or this team is good enough to do this and that. But at the end of the day, you have to go out and execute. That's the main thing. On paper, you can look good, but if you're not out there winning games, it doesn't mean anything. So obviously, I feel like we have the talent to win. It's just going to come down to us going out there and executing and getting through the game plan and doing it.